Hey family, we are back at it again for another episode of Bass Fishing Kevin. We're out here in the old Dodgy, and on today's episode we're gonna be talking about how I got started in fishing. Many of you guys asked, how did you even pick up a rod and flick out a lure? So I'm gonna tell you in this episode how I got started in fishing. How I got started in fishing? When I was about 6. We had a cottage up north, and I got a present for my birthday, and someone got me a fishing rod. I already had the line on it, those cheap rods with the line already spooled on it, and I got one of those and one lure. It happened to be a little crankbait. So when I was 6 years old, I went out to the dock in front of the cottage, casted out the line. First cast, not even kidding, caught a nice 13-inch bass. From that day on, catching that bass, the fight, everything, the enjoyment, the excitement of being a 6-year-old catching that first bass, hooked me right in. From that day on, went out the next day to the dock, fished, caught 24 sunfish. Sunfish aren't too exciting, but as a 6-year-old, it's very exciting. I just kept fishing from that day on, grew bigger and bigger, going to more shows, more tackle shows. Then about maybe when I was 10, I started doing tournaments on the lake. From that day, that was like a breaking point for me in my career. Just keep fishing, fish harder, learn as much as you can from people, friends, and it's just experience. It takes years to learn things, learn the colors of the baits for your water clarity. Travel around. I've been all over Ontario, from the French River to Algonquin to Peterborough. I fished. What's it called? Moon River. That's it. Moon River. I've been all over remote lakes in Ontario, just all over the place, camping, and just really enjoying it. Every weekend I would go to the cottage because I was in school, like high school at that time, and I would fish every weekend. Get out on the boat at like 6 in the morning, just as it was getting light, because I didn't have lights on my boat. Just as it was getting light, and I'd be out there fishing all day, and then sleep, do the same thing again, and then Sunday afternoon I'd go home and go to school all week, and then Friday night back at the cottage. So things like that really hooked me into fishing, and just the enjoyment of it, being out there. A lot of fishing I did with my dad, so fishing with him is great. Now that he's busy working all the time, I don't fish with him too much. It's mostly just myself or Simon. Me and Simon go out, and same story with him. When he started, it's me and him just kind of encourage each other, keep going, keep fishing, and we just fish together, and we are here today where we're at, and we're trying to go bigger and get better and fish more tournaments, and just enjoy the company of being out in the outdoors, and try and get our personal best out there. So fishing has always been an enjoyment for me. I think it's the fact that casting that line out, and it's the unknown. I mean, your lure's down there, you don't know what's going to be biting. So I think it's the unknown for me, and what comes next is a fight. I love fighting fish, especially those smallmouth here. They just dive, kind of like a carp, just run. So that I just love it, and the whole outdoor scene and everything that's involved around with it. So fishing is just a love for me. If I could do it every day, I would, but I have work and school coming up, so that's not very realistic. But maybe one day, if things happen, sponsorships and that sort of thing come through, I can start fishing more tournaments and maybe, you know, make it more of a, instead of a hobby, more of like a career. So we'll see what happens there. But I just wanted to give you guys an update of how I started, how I got into fishing. So that's pretty much the background of how I got started. I'll get to you guys obviously some more videos soon, and we'll catch you on the next round. Thanks for watching. As always, stay out of the cabbage, tips up, lines tight, and we'll catch you later.